Okay, I found a bigger dry erase board. Hopefully this will help. In section 1.2 now, we're going to look at number 14 and number 19. So on number 14, we are supposed to be drawing a net for this, what looks like a stick of butter. It's 2 inches by 2 inches by 4 inches. And so I'm supposed to draw like I've unfolded this figure. So for something like this, I would think about the 4-inch by 2-inch part. There's one of those faces on each side and underneath, so there should be 4 of them. Now you might draw it in a different order and that's okay, or you might have it turned the other way, that's okay too. Then there's a 2-inch by 2-inch piece on each end, so somewhere in here I need to draw the 2-inch by 2-inch pieces. And this would be the net. It's just like I've taken this and unfolded it. Okay, for number 19, they gave me this drawing and asked me, it's like the footprint. So they asked me to draw an isometric drawing for that. And so what I did was do it on my isometric dot paper. Let me see if I can zoom. I don't know if you can see this or not. But you get really close. Okay. Hopefully you can see that. I'm trying to figure out where it is on the camera. I'm not doing a very good job. There. And make sure that when you do these drawings, you label them front and right. So it should look something like that. You may have drawn it from a different angle, and it might have looked a little different. Okay, let me pan back out. So, okay. I'm controlling this on my iPad, and I'm not doing a very good job. Okay, now let's look at section 1.3. The first one there was number 1, and you're looking at a figure that has lots of different, it's 3 different lines and lots of different points, and then they're asking a few questions about it, so I'll draw that on here. Okay, so here is the drawing and the points labeled as they are in your book. Number 1 asked, are the 3 points collinear? And the points that they listed were A, D, and E. So I need to find those. Here's A, here's D, and here's E. So are those 3 points on the same line? They're not. They're not collinear. The other one that came from this drawing was number 3, which asked if B, C, and F were collinear. So let's look at those points. Here's B, here's C, and here's F. So would those points be collinear? They would, because they all 3 lie on the same line. So on number 3, the 3 points listed are collinear. Okay, number 18 is having you look at a drawing in your book. It's asking you to name the intersection of each pair of planes. The planes you're looking at are UXV and WVS. UXV is the top part of the cube. Let's see if I can draw this in. Very good. this was U, X, W, V. So I'm looking at the plane UXV, and I'm looking at plane WVS. So S was marked to be this back corner. All right, so let's decide what planes these are. UXV is this top one. I'm going to color it in blue. And then WVS is the side. So I'm going to color it in red. So they're asking me what is the intersection of those two planes. And where two planes intersect is a line. So it's going to be the line WV. Notice that it's in both. V is in the first plane, W is in the second plane, also V. But that line is their intersection. So the intersection of these two planes would be the line VW. Or WV if you want to write it that way. Okay, the next problem is number 35. They're asking me again to look at this figure. Let me label a few more points. So down here in the bottom corner is Q. And front corner, bottom corner is R. And the back is T. Okay, so I have all the points labeled. They're asking me in number 35, is the given point coplanar with the other point? So I'm looking at point Q here, and I'm looking at the plane VWS. VWS, so that's this red side. So this point Q is not in the same plane as the red, this red plane that contains the other points, VW and S. And since this plane is in here and this point's out by itself, then those are not coplanar. They're non-coplanar. 37 is the other one. We're looking at point W here with plane XVR. So XVR, VR is in the front of the cube, X is in the back, so it's actually let me use the black this time. It's a plane that's connecting X, there's a line that connects X to V, and then it would be R to T, and it's kind of going diagonally through the figure. It's hard to draw in 3D, but it's going from corner to corner, so kind of diagonally across the figure. So we're looking at the points X, V, and R, and then the point W, which is back here. So this W is not in the same plane. This other plane is here. It does not contain W. So in both 35 and 37, the points were not contained in the plane with the other points because the other 3 points were in a different plane than that point was.